To fill out the survey and get your ACV REP credit, go to vision-forward.org/webinars. The entrance word is exciting.
How it's supposed to go. So we have two handheld electronic magnifiers here, and they're both very nicely designed, both a custom design from Humanware, so not any third-party Chinese design knockoff or anything like that. And they have some really nice features. Now we're going to dive into those a little bit. So first thing I'm going to do here is try and adjust the camera. I'll tell you what, let me move the mic a little bit as well, because I'm going to have to sit over here. I'm just going to move the camera down to hopefully get a better shot of these. I think that should do the job here. If anybody can't see anything at any point, then please just let us know in the chat and we'll try and adjust as we need to. So we have two different handhelds here, very similar in look, but two different sizes. We have the 5-inch here, very nice and portable, and the 8-inch with the large screen, which is going to be better for more extended periods of reading. Let's take a look at the 5-inch first of all. Very straightforward in terms of the buttons here. So we have 3 buttons down the right-hand side and just the 1 button on the left-hand side. And we also have a button on top, which is going to be our power button. On the sides, we have a USB on the left side. That would be for charging the unit. And on the right side, we have a mini HDMI, and that's going to be for connecting to an external screen. So if you want to display what the magnifier is looking at on an external screen, you have that. And you will notice it's HDMI, so high definition image, so very nice and clear image. Now, in order to turn on the device, we can use the power button on the top, but we can also use the integrated handle and stand at the back. This is something I really like about this particular device. The piece on the back here can be folded out as a stand or a handle, depending on how you fold it. And so let's take a look as a stand first of all. There's a little notch we can get our finger into, pull out toward us, and hopefully that's kind of visible how that works. Now, the lights have come on, the unit's going to turn on. And we have our stand and we can rest it on our paper. Obviously, the great thing about having a stand with a device like this is the screen tilts toward you. So ergonomically, it's a lot nicer. You don't have to get your head right over the top of it in order to see what's on the screen. So definitely something which is beneficial. All right, let's take a look at the controls on the front surface here. Magnification, those are going to be denoted by plus and minus. I will say these buttons also have ridges on them, so they are tactile as well, which is good. Let's go ahead and hit our magnification. I think this goes up to 22 times. I hope it does now. Yes, it does, because Eric's on the line and I don't want to give any false information here. But yeah, we can go from 2 times on the low end. And we're looking at a headline of a newspaper here. Let's try and find some of the smaller text. Here we go. There we go. So 2 times on the low end, all the way up to 22 times on the high end. And each time we press the button, we will zoom in or out, or we can hold on to get more continuous zooming going on. So straightforward, as you would expect from your magnification. Let's take a look at the button on the left-hand side here. This is going to be our colors. So we have a number of colors to choose from. Here's a yellow, yellows and blacks, and here's blues and whites, and regular color, as you would expect. There's my finger. Hopefully, yeah, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but yeah, very nice high contrast colors, as you would expect. Very nice quality image. Now, we can also turn on and off different colors depending on the user's preferences, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit when we go into the menu. Let's take a look at the picture button. That's located underneath the magnification controls. It's an orange button, again, with a ridge on it, so we can kind of get some tactile action there. And if we press the picture button just once, it's going to freeze the image on the screen. Obviously useful, for example, if you're looking at a price tag or something like that, and you want to freeze the image and then bring it close up to your face to see it. Press it a second time, it will unfreeze the image. And the other thing that we can do, rather than just pressing it, we can choose to hold it down, in which case it will actually save the image that we've just taken, and then it will go back to the live magnification mode. So we can save pictures on this device, and we can retrieve those from the gallery, which is in the menu, which I will be jumping into in just a second. But before we do that, let's take a look at the handle. So let me turn this around here and apologize for the LED lights there. We have here the stand, but as I'd said before, this is also the handle. And so what I'm going to do now, well, first of all, let me fold it back in again. That will actually turn off the device. So you don't even need to use the power button, which is pretty neat. And now instead of putting my finger in the gap and folding the stand outward, I'm going to grab the stand at the end and fold it kind of horizontally across. And now we have our handle. Again, it's turned on the LED lights. And we can now obviously hold it. And our thumb will naturally rest on the magnification controls. And so we can easily zoom in and out, which is nice. And this is going to be super useful in a store, for example, to look at price labels and things like that, or anywhere really that you just need to have a hand free. So yeah, super easy. It's well balanced, feels pretty good in the hand, which I like. And like I say, if you're holding it correctly, your thumb's going to be right on the picture and the magnification decrease and magnification increase buttons. And so in that regard, it's nice and easy to manipulate. So let's go ahead and fold that handle back out to the stand. And I think just getting that folding motion of that handle and stand, you know, sometimes takes a second for people to understand, but once they've got it, then it's nice and easy. One thing I would definitely warn against with this device is I've had clients who have put it in their pocket with the handle folded out. And that's not a good idea because the handle is joined right around where my finger is here. And if you put too much pressure there, then you have a chance of the handle breaking. So I would definitely encourage people to fold the handle back in for transportation. And talking of transportation, the design of this is really nice in that it folds up very flat. So I can easily fit it in my pants pocket. I kind of like to demonstrate it, but I think it's a bit hard for me to get in position to do that, at least in a gracious manner.
We'll believe you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take my word on that one. But yeah, it can fit into a shirt pocket, pant pocket, whatever you might want, and yeah, nice and slim and lightweight. It does come with a carry case as well. It's a fabric case to keep the screen safe from any scratches and stuff like that. So yeah, all of that good stuff. You're looking probably about 3 to 4 hours of continuous use. So pretty standard for a handheld. Charging, as I said, done via USB. And I believe that multiple region charger heads come in the box as well. So if you do go on vacation, then you could, you know, you'd still be able to plug it in and charge it, which is a nice touch. We also have a little spot for a lanyard here. I'm not sure, maybe Eric could answer whether the lanyard comes in the box, or wrist strap, sorry, not lanyard. I'm not sure if the wrist strap comes in the box. It does? Okay, okay.
Does, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, obviously, if you're going to buy something like this, you want to keep it safe, so wrist strap can be useful. All right, let's dive into the menu. We're going to hold down the color change button, and that's going to take us into the menu here. And I think it may be a little difficult for people watching this to see what's in the menu just because of the fact that we're using a camera and we're getting glare off of the screen and such. So I'll talk you through it here. The first option we have is gallery. This is going to be where our saved pictures are located. Now we can navigate to this menu using the plus and minus buttons to move up and down. It is a vertical menu. And using the picture button to select an option. So I'm on gallery, I'll go into there by pressing the picture button. And now we're viewing pictures, which we have previously saved. Using the plus and minus button will cycle us through those pictures. We have some very bizarre pictures on our screen here of people's fingers and things like that. In fact, most of them seem to be people's fingers for some strange reason. So there you go. You can take pictures of whatever you want, I guess. But yeah, we can see our pictures here, which is very nice. And if we select a picture by pressing the picture button on it, then we can then, oh, maybe not. I thought we could magnify those pictures, but maybe we can't. We can actually delete them though by holding down on the picture button and then pressing the plus button to delete. So yeah, everything is controlled with the picture button and the plus and minus buttons.
I'm going to stop you for just a quick second. We do have a question that's come through via the chat. Someone asking about left-hand use. Holding it in your left hand, is it as natural feeling as it is in the right?
Yes, with the proviso that the buttons will be inverted. So if you're holding it in the left hand, then, and it's a little hard to do this so that people can see it, but I'm going to try. The buttons, now you still have thumb access to those same controls. However, they're inverted. So plus would be on the bottom, followed by the minus, followed by the picture button.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but other than that, yes.
Still natural feeling in the hand. The buttons will just be a little...
I mean, it really feels pretty much the same, I think. It feels a little bit weird to me because I'm right-handed, but other than that, I think it's pretty good.
Thanks.
All right, so going back to the menu here, the next option is for autofocus. We can set this to unlocked or locked. Locked meaning that the focus will remain locked at a specific focal distance. And unlocked meaning that it will autofocus and we can move the magnifier to different distances away from our reading material. One of the things I was really impressed with this when it came out, and still am, is that it has a very good field of focus. And so you can hold it quite a long way away from text and it will remain in focus. Whereas a lot of these electronic magnifiers, they will only focus at quite close distances. And so, definitely one of the things I like about this particular device. Next, we have a screen brightness control, which ranges from 1 to 10 to adjust the screen brightness. We have an auto off option, which we can adjust. At the moment, ours is set to 5 minutes. If you want it to be longer or shorter before it turns itself off, if it's not being used, then you can adjust that there. Next, we have preferred zoom. When we turn on the device, we can tell the device what the zoom level we want it to be at. Ours is set to 2 times, so when we turn it on, it will be at 2 times magnification. Next, we have contrast. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. So, as I said, we can enable and disable different color options so that when we press the color button, it will basically give us the options that we want rather than us having to cycle through everything, which can be, a real drag. So, we can go ahead and go into the contrast settings. We can go down to enabled contrasts, and we can then turn on and off various different color modes. And there's a bunch to choose from here. I'm looking at like the blues and the whites, yellows and blues, greens and blacks and purples and cyans and orange and yellow and white, and everything. Every color of the rainbow is represented here, which is impressive. Did you ever learn the rainbow song at school, Cory?
So, no, but isn't it like Roy G. Biv?
Oh,
isn't that
that could be it. Yeah, we learned the song though.
Okay.
Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. No,
Is pink in the rainbow?
It is in England. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. I apologize. We're going to have to stop for just a moment. You're telling me that rainbows are different in England than they are in the United States?
We have our own rainbows. How do you think we built our empire on the back of those rainbows?
I think we should stick to assistive technology.
That's probably a good idea. The Irish have got leprechauns on their rainbows. So
there you go.
Take what you will from that. Anyway, getting back to the point, we can turn on and off any of these colors as we want them. And so that's really nice because oftentimes, if you can't do that, you'll have to cycle through all those different color modes to find the one that you want. And that can be quite time consuming. So again, a nice feature. We can also change the color of the menu here. We've got it on high contrast black on white. You can change that to white on black as well. Next option, turning the lights on and off. So if we're looking at something reflective, like for example, a tablet or a phone screen, we might want to turn the lights of the Explore 5 off so we don't see them reflected in the screen. Next is language. I've never actually been into there before. Let's see what options we have. English US, English UK, French, Canadian, French. Well, there's a load of them. I wasn't expecting this many. Spanish, German, Dutch. Yeah, the list goes on. So we can change our menu language. And the display here, 60 hertz or 50 hertz. In America, I think we should be using 60 hertz, which is what it's set to. And then finally, we can delete all of the pictures from the gallery and factory reset the device, and also get information on the software version that we're running. So quite a comprehensive menu. Now, I will say a user doesn't need to do anything in that menu if they don't want to. I mean, there's a bunch of options, but they don't need to be used. But they are available. And in fact, if you are a professional working with clients, you could set the magnifier up with the individual before they take it home. And that way they don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And that's what I would tend to do, tend to go through and find out what color modes the individual prefers and, get it set up for them, find out what magnification they like and all of that good stuff. So unless I missed anything, and if I have, Eric, please feel free to jump in. I think that is the Explore 5 in a nutshell.
You did a very good job. That was an excellent presentation. I couldn't have done better.
Excellent.
And,
okay, well that's good to hear. We've got some kudos here. We should put that on the YouTube channel. I couldn't have done better. Eric Beauchamp done.
But I'd like to mention maybe two little things on the Explore 5 and the Explore 8.
Okay.
You just notice the boot time on these devices.
Yes.
Really, really quick.
Yes.
There's no splash screen. There's no nothing. So it's really ready to use when you're ready to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's a little way of handling. You showed the handle. You showed how to flip the handle at 45 degrees. You flip the handle horizontally. But you can do both also. You can flip the handle horizontally and flip it at an angle.
Oh.
That's going to give you more space to handle the device, because it's a small device. It's only a 5-inch device. So if I flip to my other camera here, you can use that handle that I just flipped horizontally to move my device. So it gives you more grip.
I love it. That's great.
But great presentation there, Luke.
Thank you.
We do have a question as well. Somebody asking, can the device, and we'll start with the Explore 5 because maybe the 8 and Connect 12 would have a different answer to this, but can it focus on a face 15 feet away?
Explore 5, no. It does have a good range of focus, but 15 feet is going to be asking a little much, I think. So for that one, we can turn to the 8, which that can be our nice little, it's almost as if we paid this person to give us a segue here. I like it. Let's segue over to the 8 here. So here we go. Swap the devices. All right, Explore 8. 8 times the exploration guaranteed with this particular device. We have a nice 8-inch screen. And other than that, we're going to see some similar features here. So quick overview of the buttons. On the front, we have from left to right, magnification decrease, color change, magnification increase. On the left, we have the power button. We have the HDMI out port. So we do have that on this device also to send the image to a different screen. USB-C charging port, which means we get nice fast charging. And on the top, we have, again, the picture button. So pretty similar in terms of the button layout there. This device has a 21 megapixel camera, which is quite a lot of megapixels. And that means
not only one, two.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah, 2 21 megapixel. You're just showing off now, Eric. Go on.
I am.
2 21 megapixel cameras, and obviously we have a stand which I have folded out at the moment. So the stand folds away. Again, this is a very nice flat design, and I'm not sure because of the screen size that I would get this in my pant pocket, but I would give it a try for sure.
Maybe some cargo pants.
Cargo pants,
some big
definitely.
Pockets,
yeah, I would definitely at least try, and it would be a noble effort at the very least. But yeah, it's nice and flat. Comes with a fabric case again. To protect it when traveling, and even though it's large, it's still lightweight. So all good things. So still very portable, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at here. Let's fold out the stand. So first of all, buttons along the front. I'm going to really surprise you here by saying that the plus button magnifies. Let's do this. And the color button changes colors. Surprise, surprise. High contrast black on white, high contrast white on black. And the minus button is going to zoom out. So all pretty standard there, but what we also have here is a touch screen. And before anybody gets too excited because they think that their clients can't handle a touch screen, because some people do struggle with them, you don't have to use a touch screen at all. It's just a nice option for those who do want it. Can be disabled if you don't want to use it. But if you do want to use it, pinch and reverse pinch gestures are going to be your friend here. So we'll do the reverse pinch to zoom in. The thing I really like about using the touch screen is we get extremely granular control over the magnification. And so we can literally go, kind of point by point by point and get it exactly where we need it. So that's really nice. Pinch and reverse pinch to zoom in and out. We can also save an image using the touch screen as well. I'm not going to do that right now. And there's also certain times that we can use the touch screen to kind of go back and things like that. But we'll take a look at that in just a second. So we've seen magnification in and out. and we've seen different colors. Again, we have a menu in here that we'll take a look at. It's going to be very similar to the last menu where we can set various things up. Let's take a picture. We're going to use the trigger button on the top right here. Press it once to take a picture. Little hourglass there lets us know that it's taking the picture. Now we have taken the picture. Now, because we have a touch screen, we're going to get some big benefits once we've taken a picture in terms of panning and magnification capabilities here. So we can zoom in using the controls on the front or using the touchscreen controls. And we can also just use one finger, just like you would with your smartphone or tablet, on the device's screen here to move the text around. And so you can imagine that this is going to be super useful if you're getting tired of having to move the device left and right, up and down as you read, which is always the case with handhelds because of the small screens. You can instead take a picture, zoom in on the picture to get the size that you want, and now just use your finger to pan the image around left and right, up and down, which is a nice way of doing things. Bearing in mind, you might not necessarily get an 8.5 by 11 complete sheet on the screen at one time, although maybe if you position it just right, it might be possible. Yeah, it's still a very nice capability there. Now, at the top left here, we can press the button to go back. I think we might be able to hold our finger on the screen to save this picture. Let's give it a try here. Yes, we can. So we held the finger on the screen and it's gone ahead and saved this picture to the gallery, which is nice, and we can go check it out later. Let's go ahead and back out of here. This is very similar. The picture button is going to be similar to the Explore 5. So I just pressed it to take the picture there. If I hold it down, we're going to go ahead and just save that straight away. There we go, it says saving. And so it's gone ahead and saved it straight away into our gallery. So you can take pictures of stuff and carry it around with you. Might be like your credit card, maybe, could be useful. Although obviously you want to be careful not to lose your Explore 8 if you do that. You know, any information that you might need on a regular basis, you could go ahead and store inside the device. And because of the nice large screen, it's super easy to view that stuff later. Now, before we dive into the menu, let's take a look and hopefully answer the question of our previous questioner about the distance viewing capabilities. And the Explore 8 does have the two cameras, as Eric had said, and one of those is dedicated for distance viewing.
Would it be helpful if I stood?
It would be extremely helpful. So let's see if we can, this is going to be like a Where's Waldo type of thing.
It's about 15. If I stand, the window might be a little bright. But
all right, so yeah,
I'm probably a good almost 15 feet away.
All right, so Cory has gone into the distance first. Let's see if we can locate him. To turn on the distance camera, all we have to do is shut the stand, and it's going to flip over to the distance camera. Here we go. Now we're still in the high contrast color mode, so I'm just going to switch over to the regular color mode here. Oh, here we go. We've got some greens and yellows. Oh, we've got all the colors turned on with this one. Jeez. All right, here we go. Regular color. Okay, so I see a body. I assume there's a head attached to it, and there it is. There is a head. Hopefully you guys can see that on the screen. It might be a little dark for you guys to see, unfortunately. Hey, Cory, do me a favor. Move over to your left a little bit for me. Yeah, that looks like it might be a bit easier for you guys to see that. We can, of course, magnify, so we can use our touch screen still to zoom in on Cory's face. Looks like he washed this morning, which makes a change.
It's Thursday.
And we also can use those magnification controls on the bottom. We can also still use the color control. We can also still take a picture and so on and so forth. Let me zoom out there. I'll open the stand to go back to the near camera. Thank you, Cory. So that works really nicely, and because we have a separate camera, the quality of the image at distance is better than a lot of other handheld electronic magnifiers. And so if distance is a priority, then this device is going to be a good solution for that. The only slight downside is because it's a larger device, it is a little heavier than the Explore 5. And so I would probably recommend holding it with both hands. If you do hold it with both hands, your thumbs should be where the plus and minus buttons are, allowing you to easily zoom in and out. So that's how I would recommend using it. But definitely has one of the best solutions for distance from a handheld. So good job to Humanware on that one. I think that covers most of the features there. Let's jump into the menu. Just take a quick look at that. We're going to be holding down the color button here to jump into the menu again. And here we go. And we have the same kind of menu, a couple of additional bits, which we'll talk about. So first of all, the gallery. This is going to be touchscreen, this menu. So the gallery here, we touch on the gallery. We're going to see the pictures. Hopefully we don't have hundreds of pictures of fingers on this particular device. We have here controls on the touchscreen to go left and right, cycle through the pictures. And if we get to a picture that we want to take a look at, we can we zoom in? Yes, so we can go ahead and zoom in on these pictures, which we weren't able to do on the Explore 5, and we can pan around them using our finger again. So that's really nice, as I say, for storing information. You can just take pictures and you will have that stuff available, and you can zoom in on it and pan around it. I think you can also change the color of it. Yes, you can. So you can do all of the stuff that you would do in live magnification mode, which is very neat. Let's go back here. Let's go back into our menu. Okay, apart from that, similar stuff here, autofocus, locked and unlocked, screen brightness setting. Touch screen, we can go into the touch screen and turn on and off various features of the touch screen, including pinch and zoom, vibrations. And maybe, Eric, you can tell us about what vibrations are at the end of my presentation here, just because I'm not 100% sure on that one. Tap and hold, I think that one is to take and save a picture. So we can turn all of those off if we don't want any touchscreen functionality to be available. Then we have auto off again, preferred zoom again, the contrast options again to disable whatever colors we don't need. We have lines and blinds here, so we can go ahead and turn on lines or blinds to help our selves or our clients stay focused on the text that they're reading. So that's a nice feature to have there. There's my blinds. Let's go back into the menu. See what else we have here. Lights on and off, again, good for looking at self-lighted devices. We can change the menu text size, which I don't think we can do on the Explore 5. So we can actually make the text within this menu larger or smaller, which is a nice feature to have. Language, display, deleting the gallery, factory defaults, and the software version. So finishing up with the similar things as the Explore 5.
I'm going to put Eric. I'm going to put Eric on the spot here. Eric, can you give us the weight and let's start with the weight specifically on the Explore 5 and the Explore 8.
Well, the Explore 8 is 1.3 pounds. That's not bad for an 8-inch screen, and the 5-inch screen, so the Explore 5 is, hold on here, not even a pound, 0.5. So very light devices, and that 8-inch screen gives you a bit more than the 7-inch screen that most competitors have. So you have the 30% more screen real estate compared to the 7-inch devices. So that's quite a lot. If you use that newspaper that you have beside you, that means you have almost a column or a bit more than a column of a newspaper.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, because that's a good point, because this is a device that I often recommend for newspaper reading for somebody who wants a portable. Let's turn off our lines and blinds here. So you can, let's find a column here. So I'm going to zoom out down to 2 times. At 2 times, we easily fit the width of the column on. Let's see what we can zoom up to where we can get the whole, oops, didn't mean to do that, where we can get the whole column on here. So we'll go ahead and zoom in. So I'm at 3 times there, and we've got the entire width of the column on there. Let's change the colors here. So that's pretty good for clients who are able to read at that size. A lot of our senior clients in particular really want to be able to get access to a physical newspaper, and so this is going to be a great device for doing that, particularly if they can read at that 3 times magnification there. Also, Cory, I just wanted to say I'm very glad that you asked Eric that question, because people who've historically watched this channel might know that I'm extremely bad with weights.
I think at one I can't remember exactly which product it was, but something was like weighed a pound, and you said it's like a couple ounces.
Yeah, because then it was an ounce.
Yeah,
I'm sure the manufacturer was quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that's pretty much a wrap up of the Explore 8 and the Explore 5, unless you have anything else to add there, Eric.
Well, I want to answer the question that you have when you were presenting the Explorer 8.
Sure,
The vibration, the vibration, you'll feel a little vibration when you zoom in at maximum. Once you get that to the maximum, you'll feel that vibration. And the
Got
same
you.
thing to go to the minimum. So it tells you that you're at the minimum or maximum magnification. So
Okay.
that's where the vibration is there. But you can turn it off.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, and actually the vibration is actually really nice. I don't know what kind of motors you guys have got going on in there, but yeah, it's a nice it's a nice vibration if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let me move our camera back upward here so you can get the sight of myself and Cory again. I think that did it. And yeah, I guess we'll pass on to you now, Eric, for the Connect 12 or the Mac Connect.
Good, thank you very much. I don't know how this is going to show. We got two screens there, two cameras going at the same time. I think you have to pin my view so that people can see what I'm going to be doing with the Connect 12.
I'm going to spotlight you here in just one sec.
Perfect. So I'm going to switch cameras here, and you can see my Connect 12 right now is all folded up. The way to do this, the way to unfold the device, it's really nice and simple to carry. If we're going to talk about weight, we talked about the weight for the Explorer 5 and the Explorer 8. This is a 4.3 pound device, which is pretty good device. It carries a lot very nicely with that little handle on the top, but it easily fits into a backpack, and it does come with a shoulder bag to carry the device. But actually, how to unfold, you just put your little finger here on the bottom, the gray part of the base section, and then you just pull on it using the handle, and then you can pull on the screen right here. And the screen actually is a tablet. It is a 12-inch Android tablet. It was specifically made for Humanware for this product. And it just really docks onto this stand. And this stand, what do we have on the stand is that on the back here, you have LEDs, and you have the camera, which is going to be in the middle. You got a bunch of LEDs on each side, and you have the speakers on each side also. So you have stereo speakers on the device once you dock it. And the way to dock it really is the little header that is on the tablet. You just put it at first, and then you just use a little orange clip to clip it on so it won't fall. To turn on the device, there's a little power button at the bottom of the device. And right beside that button, you can feel there's only two buttons on the tablet. There's a power button and the volume button to increase the volume or to decrease the volume. I could have shown you also on the side of the tablet, there's several ports that can be identified. So you got the power port, you got an HDMI port, and a mini, I would say micro HDMI port to connect to a big screen TV. You got a headphone jack, you got a USB-C port to use to transfer files to or from the device. And you also have a little slot there for a micro SD card to have more storage capacity on the device. The Connect 12 also comes with a distance camera. So the distance camera is a nice Wi-Fi camera made from Kodak. It's the Kodak Pix Pro. This one here I have is the SL25, which is a 25x optical zoom that can be done with this camera. So again, it's a Wi-Fi camera, so you don't need any cable. As soon as you turn it on, and I'll show you how to access how to see the picture from your camera, from your device. It connects automatically to the camera with no cable needed, so you don't have to connect it anywhere. Once you turn on the Connect 12, you're brought into the Prodigy software suite. The Prodigy software is made by Humanware, which includes several applications that was done. So you have a magnifier application, and if I scroll to the left, you have the distance application to use your distance camera. You have also a books application, which is used to connect to Bookshare and very soon to other libraries. Like in Canada, we have Cella library, which you're going to be able to connect to those libraries very soon, the next updates. And all these updates that we're offering are all free of charge, and you can install them very easily on the Connect 12. A calculator application, calculator application, you can do scientific or a normal operation, which we're going to go through a bit later on. You got a quick access to access your application, your favorite applications, or if you want to scroll all the applications that are installed on the tablet, you can do so with the app application. So let's start with the app application. I can just tap on that, on the big icon, and you can search for any app on the tablet by name, or you can see all the apps that are installed on the tablet. You can select either one, and it's going to start that application automatically. So that's how you can find your application that are installed on the tablet. You don't have to go on the Android system anymore. You can stay in the Prodigy software. The quick access, this is pretty cool because let's say you have a popular or your favorite application that you use all the time. You can just tap on the plus and add that application on your quick access. So let's say I want to add the Google Play Store to get some more, or here I see Chrome here. Let's add Chrome so to go on the internet. Again, because this is an Android device, you have access to the Wi-Fi, the internet, so you can browse through the internet and get your information. You can go back. And again, I don't know if you noticed, but that little back button on the top left corner is the same as the Explore line. Well, we try to get the same feel, look and feel on all our products, so you can tap on the back button to go back to the previous level. The calculator is really an accessible calculator. Right now it's in a standard mode, very basic operations, but if you tap on the settings menu, you can switch to a scientific calculator. And this way you'll be able to see all your functions, your trig functions, by going and tapping on the 2 arrow button right in the middle of the calculator. So you see all your trig functions. You can use that. It's going to give you a numerical value. And Luke, I think it was Luke that mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, the Connect 12 is almost the same as the Mat Connect. There's one difference. The Mat Connect is through Coda France through APH. APH is American Printing House for the Blind. And their Mat Connect, you have access to a graphical calculator, so you can graph your functions. So that's one of the difference between the Connect 12 and the Mat Connect. Going through the applications again, the books application, again, if you're using Bookshare library, you can connect and use your credentials to connect to Bookshare, and you can download all your books. All your books will be stored in your library, and you'll have access to your books. And if I tap here, I have one here that I have downloaded already, but you can make the book read out loud to you. You can scroll through the tables of contents and go anywhere in the book, so you can let's say here I want to go to chapter 1. I can select chapter 1. It's going to bring me right there to that chapter that I want to start reading with. Or I can use my pinch and zoom into that text and read it for myself alone. Or I can press the play button and it's going to start reading the chapter for me out loud. I muted my sound right now so you can't hear it, but it pronounces all the words and tells you which word that it's pronouncing at the same time. So you can pause that. And if you come back to the main menu of the books application, you can, like I said, you can search for books. There's different ways. I'm not sure if I'm connected to Bookshare or not, but it's going to check your credentials. If you are, you're going to have several ways of searching for a book, either by author, by title, by ISBN, and the ISBN is the number of the book. So you can search by that. I think I'm not connected to my Bookshare account. And you can also browse by popular books. So what has been searched throughout Bookshare, most popular books that you can download and access, and also periodicals. And periodicals are like magazines or newspapers. So you don't have to have that paper newspaper anymore. You can access them through digitally or virtually and have access to the newspaper or magazine that you want to. Moving on, I'll skip the distance application for now because I want to go into my magnifier application, which is the main application for the Connect. As soon as you go into your magnifier application, you're brought into the camera is going to turn on and the lights underneath it are going to turn on. So I have the best image quality, or I can control the image quality of the image. And why I want to do that is that this device can do OCR, and OCR is optical character recognition. And to do optical character recognition, you just take a capture. And what it's going to do, it's going to take the capture and it's going to go through the OCR. It's going to go through the engine and find all the text. So Corey, I see that we have a couple of questions. You want to answer them throughout the presentation,
Yeah,
or
I was just waiting for a natural time to interrupt you, but I'll throw a couple quick at you. Shannon's asking two quick questions. Number one, can you temporarily disconnect Wi-Fi? And number two, can you read EPUB?
Okay, yeah, so you can disconnect the Wi-Fi from the Connect 12. You can disable it if you want. Yes, you can do that through Prodigy. So I'm going to show you a little shortcut, two-finger, double tap. It's going to bring you back to my main carousel, my main menu. You can go into settings. Into settings here, you have all kinds of settings that you can set. System, and then you have Wi-Fi setup, and you can just turn off the Wi-Fi. It's going to be disabled. This is for the Connect 12. The Mat Connect is a bit different because we were addressing students. So let's say for a young student, you don't want them to play around with the Wi-Fi or the internet. So you got different levels of interfaces. So you have 3 levels of interfaces. For young students, you maybe just want to use the magnifier and the distance application and change contrast, zoom in, zoom out, and that's it. That's the only control that the student will have. And then moving up, then you can have a student that's a bit older that needs OCR done on the documents or things like that. Then that has that functionality and has access to a smaller set of a gallery. And then moving up again, you got the full-blown version of the Mat Connect. But this is how you can deactivate or disable the Wi-Fi for the Connect 12 and also the Mat Connect. And to answer the EPUB.
From Andre asking if we could hear how it sounds. So are you able to turn up the volume and do some
Yeah,
OCR?
I can do that, sure. And to answer the EPUB question, it doesn't read, the Connect 12 won't read EPUB formats directly. It will read PDF formats, but there's easy ways of converting EPUBs to PDFs and have them read to you on the Connect 12. And basically, I'm just going to show you a little trick here, which is a site that I like using. If I go into my quick application, I hope that I have it on my favorites here. Can't remember if I reset this tablet here. Yep. So I have it in my history. But basically, this website, online-convert.com, is a website that you can access, and it's going to convert all kinds of different types of files to any other types of file. So let's say you have an EPUB. You can go on this site. You don't have to be on the Connect 12 or the Mat Connect. You can be on your computer, go to that site and convert your EPUB to PDF, and then you can import that PDF inside Prodigy. So that was to answer that question. And let's do an OCR like someone was asking. So I'm just gonna recapture my my image. Right now I don't have a full page. You can have a full page if you want. You can zoom out and bring that tablet 90 degrees up and then take the picture. You'll have a full page, but I don't need a full page for this. What it did when I did the OCR, it replaced the text. And at Humanware, we use Diamond Edge text, but it's really computer text or computer fonts. And you can zoom in as much as you want without loss of any kind of quality, image quality. Look how crisp that image is just because of that font that was changed and when the text was detected. So let's increase the volume here. I'm going to try to get closer with my mic and have this text read out loud. I'm just going to make sure that I have my English language, and that's what I thought. I was in French. So you don't want that French language just pop in there and trying to read English. Imagine that. So I'm just going to press it. Oh, I'm going to read it in French. It's a French document that I have here. So let's learn our French. Are you ready there?
Let's see. We'll try and translate it.
So we'll press and hold on that word right here. I want to start. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yep.
So this was the French, I'd say, voice, but you can download an English voice. I had Heather on here, which is the a cappella voice system. So this is what we have on the Connect 12. We have a cappella. We use a cappella voice, and you can download them directly from Prodigy. Again, in settings, I'm just going to show you this very quickly because we have a lot of voices available. You can install 2 voices at a time on the system. So if you go on user interface here in settings, system language, I have in English Heather and I have Manon for French, and you hit configuration and you'll have a list of voices that you'll be able to use or select from.
By the way, I think your French text said, tune in every 2 weeks to Tech Talk Live.
I think it said that, yeah.
I also picked up Cory and Luke are very handsome.
Oh,
although,
yeah, no.
although it's been a while since I spoke French, so I gotta be off.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna switch to English now. There we go. I got a nice page in English for the next example. So let's switch our language to English, and I'm going to continue on the presentation. But yes, you can download some more languages. So in the US, I guess most of the people are going to have Spanish and English on their device. So to take a full page, you do a 90-degree angle and you flip the page horizontally at the bottom underneath here, and you zoom out to full page, and you just press and hold on the screen, exactly like Luke did with the Explorer 8. Same gesture we keep all the time on all our products, and then you have that full page again, and you can zoom in, zoom out. You can also change the reading option that you want. There's several reading options. So right now what I did, I went to my button banner, click on the settings button, and then go down. There's a couple of, you can change the contrast colors if you want. You can have the speech on or off, change the voice to English or French, but also there's reading modes. And this is what I wanted to show you. You have 3 reading modes. You have page mode where you can see all the images and you see where you are on the page. You have column mode, which is going to keep the text right in that screen. So you won't have the text moving from left to right, but only up and down. And line mode, where you can zoom in as far in as almost having 1 word at a time on the screen. So those are 3 different reading modes that you can have. You can save the document that you just took. Oh, that's nice. That happens, but you can save it, and it's going to save it into your gallery next time you want to refer to it. What also you can do is that you can annotate anything, any document that you just took as a picture or store in your gallery. So right now what I did, I just press on the little pencil that I had on my button banner, and I can take notes everywhere on my screen where I need to take notes. I can also add a new page, a blank page, and take some notes. And next time I'm going to go in, just hit the back button. It's going to save it automatically to my gallery. So very quickly, because I noticed that time flies, I'm going to try to show you here my distance camera option. So I'm just going to turn on my distance camera like I showed you before. At the distance camera, there's a little power button on the top. And just press on it. And then you can mount it on the right or on the left of the Connect 12, and you start the distance application. You'll probably see my basement here, but I have a blackboard set up here, just like in a school environment. And then you can just zoom in or zoom out using the buttons. So I'm going to zoom in into that document that I have right there, and the focus should be able to focus on here. There we go, the focus is in. You can take a capture of that image. It's going to store it in the gallery and for reference, or if I'd like to, I can split the screen with the magnifier and what I'm seeing at distance just by clicking on that little arrow on the left-hand side of the screen, and you'll be brought to split screen. The top is my distance viewing, what I'm seeing at distance, and at the bottom, this is what I have underneath my camera, so near view. So I can either take notes right now underneath my camera on what I have underneath my camera, at the same time at looking at distance. So this is very useful in a classroom environment, or even if you're a professional in a meeting room, and you're looking at the presentation that somebody's doing in front, and yeah, and taking notes at the same time. You can do so at the same time and at the same screen. If you want to switch to distance or magnifier, you just tap on where you want to go. I just tapped on my magnifier. I was brought automatically to my magnifier. There's also a nice little gesture that you can switch between the two applications, so magnifier and distance, just by doing a swipe from left to right. You switch in between the two applications very quickly, so you can toggle through these applications. And yeah, so is there any questions that that needs answering?
I just want to say that I learned some new things there myself, so that was really good. And also because it's quite a complex device, not in terms of operation, but just in terms of the number of things that you're able to do with it. And obviously, we only had a brief time in our presentation today. I wonder where people could go to if they wanted to find out more about the capabilities and features of this device.
Absolutely, you can go to humanware.com, our website, and under support you can choose Matt Connect or Connect 12, and you'll see all the webinars that we've made during the couple of months now that we're in COVID and stuck at home. So we got some nice webinars on all our products, especially the Matt Connect and the Connect 12. You can also go to our YouTube channel, so type in YouTube and search Humanware or APH in this matter if you're looking for the Matt Connect. That we have several nice videos that we've done.
Great. I think we had a question in the Q&A.
Yeah, we did. So Shannon is asking if with the close and distance, can you quickly toggle with that split view with something else like Chrome, for example?
It's going to come. It's in the roadmap. But right now we have only near view and distance view. In the next version that's supposed to come out in September, we'll have the possibility of splitting with something in the gallery. So a document that you've imported or you captured previously and it's stored in the gallery, you will be able to split that screen with the distance and your document that is in the gallery. And the gallery, I didn't go through it because we're running out of time, but you can import, this is where you can import your PDFs. I can go into a Google Drive and get a PDF document and import it directly inside my gallery. And it's going to import it something like this, which is a little short story that I have. And then it's going to store everything in here. So that's the PDF example that was imported previously.
Nice. And you had said earlier, Eric, and just to reiterate this, that anybody who owns this device will get those software updates for free, and you can update right over Wi-Fi, correct?
Yes, as soon as an update is available, if you're connected to Wi-Fi, there's going to be a push notification. So you'll get that notification that there's a new update that can be done. And on your own time, you can download and install that update free of charge.
Excellent. We have another question in the chat. Cory, did you see that one?
Let me see. You can read it if you'd like.
All right, let's do this. From Abby, they ask, can you run 2 languages at a time? For example, when people are trying to learn a new language.
That's an interesting question because that's not the first time I get this question. And this is hard programming, especially if you're, for example, you're using English and French, which are using the same alphabet. It's very hard to determine if it's English or French, but languages like Chinese and English, that can be done. So for example, if you download the Mandarin language, you can have both English and Mandarin read out loud to you. Yes.
Nice. Does it do do translation then, or how does that work?
It doesn't do translation. Your document has to have those two,
the
English word and the Mandarin word.
Yeah. Okay. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I thought Cory was going to expound.
No, I have something, but I'm waiting to the end.
Okay.
So just maybe to show people how to get to Android, if ever you want to go to Android, a very simple shortcut. You can do a 5-finger or 4-finger press and hold on the screen, and it's going to bring you to the Android system automatically. So this is your basic Android system. This is Android 6 Marshmallow that is running on the Connect 12. You can go to the Play Store and download all the applications that you need. For example, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, you can all download that and install it on this device and use that to do schoolwork, professional work, or whatever. Yeah.
And you can also connect a Bluetooth keyboard. So you can also connect a Bluetooth keyboard, can't you, for easier typing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we do offer a nice Bluetooth keyboard
Cool.
at Humanware, and it has special keys, so you can go back to the Prodigy Home base, and on the top you have quick access to the magnifier, to the settings, and you can increase the volume or increase the speed of reading and pause the reading also. So very nice keyboard.
Nice.
We did get a question asking if you can send documents to a printer with the Connect 12 or the Matte Connect.
Yes, you can. You have to download the application that the printer is using to print. But yes, nowadays printers can be set up on the network, and you can access the network and print it out through the network, or Bluetooth also.
We have another question from Avi in the chat here, and they ask, do you have a price on the keyboard?
By heart. Wow, that's I'm on the spot right now. Let me get that information for you.
All right. And in the meantime, Cory, did you want to?
Yeah, just regarding for those in the Wisconsin area, if you are interested in learning more and getting hands-on with any of these three products or most of the Humanware line of items, please feel free to give us a call directly at 414-615-0103. And maybe, Luke, you can throw that in the chat. Also, feel free to send us an email at infocus@vision-forward.org. And those, again, in Wisconsin that may be interested in purchasing these devices, we are a Humanware reseller, and you can, again, use that same contact information, and we can answer questions and assist in purchasing any items as well.
So the keyboard is retail at $129.
Okay, awesome.
And for anyone listening today in Wisconsin, well, I'm not sure if the keyboard's an open market one, but we'll do it for $127.
Wow.
Look out.
You heard it here first, people. And you get to talk to us as well. So
yes.
I feel like that's worth at least $1,000.
I think we might have to pay them a little bit more.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we should wrap it up because we are past 12 o'clock here. But Eric, thank you very much for joining us today and giving us that demonstration. Much appreciated.
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is a great experience, and love presenting our products. And again, take a look at our website or the YouTube channels if you want to have more information on these products.
Excellent. So that's Humanware, Human, W-A-R-E, and also Vision Forward, Vision dash forward. Oh yeah,
Vision dash forward.
That's a good point. If you go to our website, it's vision-forward.org, which is a little bit confusing for everybody, including us.
For those who may have caught on a little bit late, again, we will be providing ACVREP credits starting in 2 weeks. For those that are new today, we do our Tech Talk Live every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from now, Thursday, 11 a.m. Central. If you've registered for today's, you've registered for the next 8 or 10 in a row, I think through 2020. So just keep that email handy, and you'll be able to connect in a couple weeks. You'll also receive an email letting you know what our next topic is. And the reason we do that is because we don't know what our next topic is going to be just yet. I guarantee it will be interesting, enlightening, riveting.
Wow. That's a lot to promise.
It is.
Yeah. We're going to have to bring an A game next time.
We're going to have to bring something.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us on another Tech Talk Live.
It's been fun, and we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. And thanks again, Eric, and adios.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye for now.
Have a great day.
To fill out the survey and get your ACV REP credit, go to vision-forward.org/webinars. The exit word is discovery.